Hello, Hateless Gaming here. Today we're bringing you the first and hopefully what will lead into a series. Um, I am on a path for my growth in EVE Online, and I want to share with you my idea of what I want to accomplish and where I'm currently at and the steps that I've already taken, and then also kind of lay out kind of what I want to accomplish. So recently, I decided that I wanted to start multi-boxing incursions, and I went up to 11 accounts, which is pretty absurd. And I was playing in all my windows like 3 by 9. It was chaos and or three, yeah. So I had 9 accounts on one screen. It was chaos. I switched over to Evo Preview, and I made a video on Evo Preview, which I really hope that you guys appreciated. And then I realized that the way I had it set up was kind of clunky, and so I made a new setup. And I kind of want to explain my setup now and how it works and how it functions. So yeah, we'll start there, and then I'll kind of talk about my goals and what I'm personally working on. Um, so first off, I want to be able to fly the pilots competently. I don't want to just be hitting F1 on each account and then having not much more input, if that makes sense. I want to have a understanding of what each character is doing and be able to discern which pilot is which, and be able to switch between accounts with mental coordination between them. So when I want to go to this account to do this action for this player, or be cohesive, I think is a word. I want to get better at it. Anyways, let's go ahead and go to my monitor here. Well, actually, we'll start with the controller using my Stream Deck streams. So I got a new mouse and I got a Razer Naga. You could use a Corsair Scimitar, or I think a GO2 Hero has a lot of buttons on it, but the Scimitar is very similar. And I held both a Scimitar and a Razer Naga. It's got a bunch of buttons on the side, and they're all aligned like a telephone. They are normally numbered and they're not lit up right now, but it's 1 through 12, and they're all numbered 1 through 12. And then in the Razer software, you can program these buttons to give any input that you want. So I've programmed them to each to a unique input, and then I've programmed Evo Preview to receive that input to switch accounts. So what the end result is if I go here to my screen and I hit the 1 key, I'm on Buck. The 2 key goes there, and you can see the yellow highlight. The 2 key goes there, 3 key goes there, and so on and so forth. So I can, they're actually in the same order. I can coordinate which character I want to go to by pressing the right button. And with Evo Preview set up in this way in a 3 by 4 layout like my keys, and they're also in the same order if you haven't noticed that. I have 1, 2, 3. So I can cohesively, the buttons are lined up with the screen, and it makes it a little bit easier to put it together. But with a little bit of practice, when I first set this up, it was fat thumb o'clock, and I wasn't able to coordinate anything. Now I'm quite capable of quickly undocking the entire fleet and getting things out, if that makes sense. Whereas this character is docked, and I can coordinate that, and I know that these two are in another station. And so just like that, I docked up the entire fleet. They're not even fleeted together, but I can coordinate them pretty well at this stage, and I'm working on getting just a little bit better on that. This character is actually in a different station, so we'll dock him back up. But I'm working on my cohesion and ability to fly things properly with multiple characters. Where I'm at right now is I can kind of mine with 7 or 8, and it's not too big of a deal. I can tag rocks, I can target rocks properly, and I can switch around. Where I want to be in like a month or so is perhaps running Logi for incursion fleets while also doing the DPS and multi-boxing incursions. And then where I'd like to see myself in like 3 or 4 months is able to do small gang PvP solo. So like 5 or 6 thoraxes together to go hunt random things with maybe a scout or two as well. But yeah, this is, going to be the first episode in the series. But as you saw, I can cohesively undock and dock and form fleets and make things work how I want them to. And I can get to characters in ways that I prefer. Unfortunately, there's not ice in Tyrannus, so I'll go ahead and show a little bit of piloting here. This character is in the wrong location, but we actually want this ship over where this ship's going, so I can kind of do that. So we want this guy here. We can go, he wants to go to Succession. This guy here wants to go to Tyrannus. This guy did Tyrannus. So they're, and this guy's in Succession. I want all the characters together in Succession right now. And then this character is going to be the FC. So I'm going to put this character as FC. And when he gets into Succession, we're going to go ahead and switch him over. There's Naga user in Marca. Oracle, let's say hi. Maybe he'll show up. But I'm going to grab all the pilots, and then I'm going to bring them all back in pods to the other place after forming a fleet. It's dock warp 0. And I can easily keep tabs on these guys. This is the Orca pilot. Maybe we could go fly out to the other mining home that we have. Ooh, there's a catalyst here. That's interesting. But he's like all the way over there. All right, that goes there. You're still waiting to warp. I did empty you, right? Yep, the ice bucket needed to be emptied. I think I'll cut to when this guy comes, gets to his goal. So we'll cut to that. Or maybe I'll fast forward and this will be the yeah, we'll do something like that. But yeah, today I plan on trying incursions. I've been doing a lot of mining, and I have 21 jumps to go to fly the incursions, and I still have to make the fits. But I do want to put these all these characters in a specific spot. We'll go ahead and leave all their ships. They're in clones that only have 2 implants, so I'm not too worried about flying them with just pods. They're all in cheap stuff right now. But it used to be like I click on the thing and I have to find it on the one account, and I have to find it on the other account, and I have to find it on the other account. With all of them being together like this, it's really easy for me to just like right click, leave ship, switch to the next one, right click, leave ship. And it's really easy for me to like switch things around, if that makes sense. So you're there, you're about to hit your first gate. We have all you in pods. So I'll go ahead and form the fleet now. This is the 80 accounts that are in the station. So we're going to go ahead and form fleet. Actually, you know, I want Buck Orbash to be the fleet commander at this point. So I'm going to put you there. We'll accept that. And then I'll put Buck in squad command. Oof. Yep, I should be able to just move myself. Hey, it worked. And then I'll go ahead and work on forming the fleet. Squad command. Squad member. You're here. We go there. We're just going down the list. You're already in the fleet. Invite to fleet squad member. Invite to fleet squad member. And then we have to accept all the fleet invites. They're all in the same location, so I can just kind of tab through here. And with unified settings, it makes it really easy. And just like that, the fleet's formed up with 8 pilots, and we're just waiting on pilot 9 to make it to the station. Unfortunately, he's got long alignment times, and I'm sure Stark is trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing. I don't know what he's doing right now. So he might be escorting somebody. I'm not sure. Anyways, yeah, so I'm kind of at the point where I'm not really fat thumbing, and I have to learn how to pilot things together a little bit better. And I can kind of at will do things how I want. We have not in local yet. Is he in corp? Not hateless is in corp with me. So we can go not hateless, invite to fleet squad member right there. Now we have 9 in the fleet, and then we might as well get droneless and incursionless, which are these 2. Drone list, and search for the pilot. Go ahead and invite to fleet. And then incursions. And then right click, invite to fleet squad member. And they will also accept the fleet invite starting rattlesnakes. Rattlesnakes are really easy to fly for incursions. We have a really simple fit that's like super low input, and it'll give me a nice opportunity to practice things. But yeah, so now we have all these guys together. I'm debating whether I want to wait for this character, because if we wait for this character, I can do everything all at once. And he just has one more jump, so location, insta-dock, warp. Insta-dock, warp to location within 0. And unfortunately, there's not ice here. Otherwise, I would show you guys a little bit of ice mining with all the accounts. Resource harvesting, because this is the ice setup. We could go 3 jumps and mine ice, but that's not quite fun. We're going to go ahead and just kind of show piloting from one area to the next, and kind of how the cohesion works, and how I've managed to figure out how to go through gates really easily with the whole setup. Because these guys all have to fly to Dodixie to resupply before they take off and go on their adventure. I also need to have them set up for travel fits and all that. That's going to require some setup time. That I don't really want to stream that setup time too much. And unfortunately, obelisks are somewhat slow. They take a while to get to where they're going, but he has a short warp, and we'll be where we want to be. And so this is an in-stock bookmark, and I know that you guys may not be familiar with them, but it's within the docking ring, and it's far enough off the top that we shouldn't bump, but sometimes we bump off this little pillar. But the idea is that you can instantly dock, and it's kind of hard to kill you if you can dock right away. They're really useful. I recommend you make them at every single station that you frequent, first time arriving there. And that's a solid habit to have, to use your insta-docks. It's something that I preach, and maybe I'll make another video on it. I do have one video on it, but it didn't do too well. So we're going to go ahead and undock now. Oh, I fat thumbed there, so you see I'm not perfectly cohesive yet. Like I said, I am working on it. You didn't undock. And then salvage list didn't undock. That's this pilot. He's undocking. We are all in space. And you're in your pod, not your obelisk, right? We left that. Yep. And then we can go ahead and do combat. We can do a fleet warp to here. Warp fleet within 0. And then now while we're in warp, we're going to tell each pilot to jump to the gate. Because you can give the command during warp, and it will allow you to go through the gate. But this warp was really short, and I've got a lot of pilots to do, so there's that. I'm gonna go there. Have you here, combat there, you there, and then you're on the wrong overview, you there. I don't believe you went through the Turianus gate. FC always goes last. He gives a warp command and goes last, and then we go through pretty quick. This is another short one, but we should be geared up to do it pretty quick. Go ahead, locations. Actually, we're not going locations. We're going to the Garrus gate. Warp fleet within 0. Just like that, the entire fleet's in warp. We're going to go ahead and give the Garrus jump command to all the pilots. And just like that, we have completed our jump relatively safely, and they're all going to make it. And they're all going to hit, when they hit the gate, because they've been all given the command, they should all go through. And then we just want to make sure that we don't leave any. I'm going to watch this and make sure that they all go into a tunnel, which they should do simultaneously, or very close to simultaneously. It looks like everybody made it through. And then I don't have an insta-dock at this location, but it is a trade hub and a fortizar, so you tether up on it, and so I'm not too worried about it. Anyways, warp fleet within 0. Off we go. and then I'm going to give. I don't think you can give the dock order in warp on stray houses and citadels and whatnot. But the reason for this is so that I can come back here with a travel ship and then reship in less than 24 hours after I do the clone job. But yeah, I'm kind of figuring it out, and I'm getting a little bit better at it. It's not like I'm crazy good at it or anything, but I do want to get to a point where like I'm competent, and then eventually do PvP with this. It should be fun. It should be a pretty cool journey. Watching me learn how to do this and losing various ships when I make mistakes. Um, and it's just kind of a somewhat different thing. All right, you are there. So there we have it. We can go. We are all going to clone jump out of this facility to Matt here. We have our clones for doing incursions. So jump there. You're going to do the same thing. Jump clones, Matt here, jump. Jump clones, Matt here, jump. I don't have to do a lot of thinking here. I can just kind of do. And that's good because I've done the setup to make it all easy. Character, jump clones. And you only have one jump clone because you're a new pilot. Yep. Anyways, we're just going to go through this one at a time. It is kind of ridiculous to... you're the scout, and you're in Gaikodal because... Dr. Garrett's Trade Hub. Oh yeah, it's a 1,000 payment. And then you are already there. And you need to go ahead and grab your venture. And you are going to go ahead and grab your golem. Close that. You have a golem as well. Make active, close that. You have a Nighthawk, make you active. Rattlesnake, make active. Close you. Rattlesnake, make active. And then I also like want to be able to respond if something happens to one of them, if that makes sense while they're traveling. So the ability to like multitask is kind of important. Be somewhat aware of surroundings. Make active. Here we go. Now you're actually going to make your way to where we need you to go, and then you guys are all in your ships. And they need to go to the trade hub to restock. We can restock at Heck or Dodixie, and Dodixie's only 2 jumps away. So we're going to go ahead and run the scout. So they were in Matir. We're going to go to Matir here. And we're all fleeted together. I believe Invasion listed in the fleet as well. But this guy's the scout. Looks like we're ready to undock. We're going to go ahead and undock the fleet. And they don't have travel ships yet, or travel fits yet, I should say. Having travel fits is important for various reasons. And then you are going to go to... It's Matt here. You jump through. I'm going to go to Meaves, warp fleet within 0. I don't want to go through until I've scouted it, but this guy will make the warp first. So the entire fleet's going. This is beautiful watching the whole thing just go. And of course, scouts right on ahead. We don't want to go blind with this much warping through space. We definitely don't want to fly into a gank of any kind. So we want to see if there's a gank on the other side. And this is why scouts are important. You should always run a scout when doing an op like this. If you have a friend or something with an alt that can do that, that's really important. I see no threats here. We're going to go ahead and jump to Dodixie, and then we're all going to jump into Meaves. I believe I have a Dodixie in stock on Buck. If not, we'll assign Michaela as the fleet command. You are the scout. And everybody's going through the gate. Rattlesnakes are a little bit slower than the golems, and then they also have slightly different skills, so they're all not all in the same bubble, as a lot of these pilots are not maxed. So we're checking out Dodixie. It looks like the gate's clear. So we can go ahead and warp the fleet within 0 here. Go there. And this is about the competency that I have at the moment is with multi-boxing. Let me know what you guys think of this kind of idea and setup, and what you guys would like to see from this. If you guys want to see me try different combinations or whatnot, let me know. The ultimate goal is going to be able to fly a little bit more competent than other targeting missiles. But make sure you guys fly fun, enjoy your time in EVE Online, and continue flying. I already said fly fun. But enjoy your time in EVE Online and continue bringing each other up. And I'll see you guys in the next one.